Good morning, students. We are continuing with this particular story. We are not afraid to die if we can all be together. And so we are continuing with the page number 14. Earlier we have already studied that in the month of December 25, the narrator reached around 3,500 kilometers east of the Cape Town. The weather was really bad, and we have already studied that on January 2nd at dawn, he find the wave was very big one, and so he started preparation to face the incoming wave, which we have already discussed. The point is that he did something to slow down the boat. For this, he dropped the storm jib and lashed a heavy mooring rope. We have already discussed that what is the mooring rope. Mooring rope is a kind of the rope which is really available. It is very big, strong rope which is used to anchor the boat to the side. So that was the mooring rope. So another side of the rope, he prepared the loop, bandhan ghera, across the stern, and thereafter he did it double time. He started the life raft drill, life saving activities, including the lifelines, oil skins, life jackets, and after that he started waiting. And so now proceeding further, this is our current screen. You will find that this is the same day, January 2, but the continued event. So the narrator say that the first indication of impending disaster, which came at 6 p.m. So, what is the scene at that particular time? He wrote, there was a ominous silence, the frightful silence, or you can say very sacred one. There are certain changes there. First, the wind dropped. Suddenly, the wind stopped moving, and the sky grew dark, completely converted into the black sky, and after that, the roar, the sound, the powerful sound started roaring, creating, and he find that the back part of the ship, it means behind the ship, there was a big size of the cloud. But later on, so the cloud was very enormous to his backside. But later on he realized that, wait, no, that was not really a cloud. Okay, it was not a cloud, but it was a wave-like thing. The cloud was not, it was a wave, and wave was vertically in the upward direction, like a very huge size of the wall, and the wall is so tall that it appears to him that it is coming over him like a cloud. So the cloud was it was not a cloud, it was a very powerful and a big size wave. Okay, and the narrator say that a wave like no other I had ever seen. It appeared perfectly vertical and almost twice the height of the other waves, with a frightful breaking crest, and the waves are striking to the boat, and it was creating the most powerful sound. And in this way the narrator continued his struggle. So what happened? We are moving further. Sorry. Okay, so we find that now, so it was the frightful breaking crest, it was striking to the boat, but it was not up to that time, because the roar increased in thunder, and his stern, what was the his stern? His stern in the back side, it means stern means the back side of the boat. So his stern moved up the face up, and suddenly the size of the wave was so huge and the big, the narrator thought that they are not moving to that direction, probably they are trying to ride over, it means ride over that wave. It means just like if you went to any seesaw, any fair, झूला में जब हम लोग जाते हैं, then you find that it is a round झूला. Okay, so in that you find that once your height is getting up, it appears that you are riding up to the extreme of the height of that the jhula or the swing. The same thing he was feeling that. So the narrators say that probably I might ride over it, but he was not upon any jhula or any kind of the thing. And so a tremendous explosion shook the deck. So with a greatest power and the sound, the water came over the floor of the ship or the boat deck, and then the water, green and white, came over the ship. And in the meantime, what happened? His head smashed into the wheel. Wheel means steering wheel. So his head collided with the wheel due to that powerful attack of the water, and he was feeling that he's overboard, and he find that he's overboard, the side of the ship is flying there, and later on it was sinking below the waves. So the narrator say that I accepted my incoming death, and he was really losing his consciousness. And you know that once you are not conscious one, you are turning unconscious one. So he had the same feeling. He felt quite peaceful there. And then after some time we find that suddenly what happened? The narrator's head came up out of the water. So it had been used, popped out, came up out of the water. And once narrator's head came up, then what did he saw? He saw a wave walker, his boat. His boat was near capsizing. Capsizing means overturning. It means his boat is about to overturn. Why? Because the mast is the longest pole or the bamboo, which are fixed to the middle of any boat, and to that boat they attach the sail or the pall. So that is regarded as the mast is regarded as the longest ever pole upon a boat. So he realized that his mast almost turning horizontal, although it is vertical to the surface of the water, but at this time he find that being as a vertical, it was being horizontal parallel to the surface of the water. But suddenly another wave came, the opposite wave came, and due to that it upturn it, make it straight, and at the same time his lifeline, he was life jacket, so he was wearing that life jacket, lifeline jerked taut, his lifeline turned very hard, the tight one. He anyway tried to get hold of the side railings of there, and thereafter he anyway reached to the main boom, the main pole of the boat, and there are many waves are coming to him, and he was moving like a rag doll. We find that cloth, the doll made up of the clothes. So you will find that small children are playing with the doll, and he is not giving any the due respect to the doll. They are playing with the help of the legs and the hands here and there, and so he had been taken away from there with the help of that force of the wave, as if he was moving like a doll. Okay, and in the meantime, what happened to him? His left ribs cracked, it means broken, and then his mouth was filled with blood. It means he was completely injured, his ribs broken, and his mouth was filled of blood, and even some teeth was broken one. But anyway, he has to save his ship or the boat, so he found the wheel, the steering wheel, and thereafter anyway he tried to control it, put in a particular straight direction, and thereafter he hung on it. And then we find that what happened next. So we are
भरने के लिए वो पूछा था कैसे इसको भरना
सर 10 मिनट में करते हैं. Okay, and so the narrator realized that he was waiting, he started waiting, he hung on it, probably he turned unconscious one, he got injured one, so he turned unconscious one. So narrator felt that water everywhere. He find that narrator got injured. Okay, and anyhow he lined the wheel and wait for the another wave, but he felt that water everywhere. Okay, but he did not dare, he has no courage to abandon means to desert, to leave the wheel and try to investigate that from this water is entering into. But suddenly something happened. What happened? Suddenly the front hatch, there was a small covered opening, it means there was a small door open, and from that door he find that his wife Mary came. The Mary appeared and started shouting, we are sinking. She screamed, the decks are smashed, we are full of water. And take the wheel, I shouted, I scrambled for the hatch, and thereafter he tried to he thought that I have to do something, and so he started moving up, and he gave the wheel to Mary, and he came out from there and tried to investigate that what is the real condition. And so we come here. What is the real condition then? Then the real condition, not real condition is that once he came outside, he was half swam, half crawled. It means he was crawling in the deep water. Okay, and once he came outside, then he find that Larry and Herb both are pumping water, but they are pumping like a madman. It means they are not thinking. They are continuously pumping out the water, and they upon the deck he find that broken timbers, the logs, the wood are there. The whole starboard side. Starboard side means the side part of the boat. So the whole starboard side bulged inward. It means it was bulged from inside. It means you will find sometimes your car has been hit by from any outside thing. Then it has a I mean the convex mirror like appearance upon the body. So it was bulged inwards. Clothes, crockery, chart, tin, toys, everything is splashing. Okay, तैर रहा था upon the deep water. Okay, and he decided to enter into the children, I mean the place, children cabin, and so he entered there. Then he find that even in the children cabin, the children were sitting on the upper bank, but suddenly Sujan said that my head hurts a bit, but it was a big bump above her head, and the narrator say that at that time I have no time to worry about the bumped head because he has to do one important thing, and the thing was that anyway he has to repair the sideboard, the starboard, so that the flow of the water may decrease. Otherwise, if the water will enter into the boat to up to a particular height, then probably it may be sink. So he find hammer, screw, canvas, and he tried to struggle on the deck. He walk upon the starboard side. Okay, and the water was coming through it, and so he tried to repair it, and the narrator say that I managed to stretch canvas and secure waterproof hatch cover. So with the cloth he prepared a waterproofing to that place of the hole, the side starboard, so the water may enter it but not with that speed, because that canvas probably deflect a large amount of the water to the outside, not it let enter into that. And we find that we will continue with this in our next class also.